Hi, my name's Pat, and welcome to the first episode of the comic reviews. This is one of the two mini-series or series I'm gonna do. One, this is a comic review episode, and the other one is some tips on how to survive school. Yes, that is one of my comic titles, and I thought it'd be cool to give you some tips on that as well. First up, the comic reviews. Today, I'm gonna talk about something everyone loves, or at least hope. The Super Sons book. I only just picked this up. It was really good. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was like, I don't know, there's not much wrong with it. And that's really hard for a book. It's like almost every book in Rebirth that I have found so far are great. There's almost nothing wrong with it, except the Harley Quinn book volume 1 that just got a little bit crazy. But yeah, that was really good. Like, every book in Rebirth, and this is what I think everyone was looking forward to, because if this stuffed up, Rebirth would be great. Now we have to cancel it. Our two great characters, we have to cancel their solo book or team up book. Great. But they nailed it. They got a great writer, they got a great artist, except sometimes it looks a bit anime and I don't like that, but I just don't like anime art style because it looks a bit over dramatic sometimes, but it was very good. It suits the story, it also suits the characters, and that's hard to do when the characters like Damian Wayne is very dark and brooding, and Jonathan Kent's super light and happy, and then you also got the story, and it has to match the story at the same time. That's hard to do, because sometimes the story could be so goofy and happy, like the Harley Quinn art style. That is a good art style choice. Sorry, I'm going off topic, but yes, I'm very picky about art styles. Okay, if you don't want any spoilers, because I might talk about spoilers, here's your warning, not your warning, quick spoiler-free review. It's probably for almost everyone. Everyone's been a kid at some point, and it's probably great for young readers as well. Like, I could give this to my cousin. He's 5 years old. He would probably love it. He's probably just started reading, and he loves the comics I send down to him that I write for him, and he would love this as well. The story's good. It's a great read. A 30-year-old man would love this. My friends would probably love it. And most of them hate comics, but if they gave it a chance, they'd love it. That's what I'm saying. It's such a good book. Now that's the spoiler-free review. It's great for everyone. Now I'm gonna go into spoilers. Okay, you have your warning. 3, 2, 1. Spoiler talk. Okay, I would have to say the one thing there was 3 things I had a problem with. 1, sometimes the dialogue got a bit childish, and that's coming from me. I'm very childish. 2nd, the art style got a bit animated sometimes, but that's probably because kids are very overreactive. I'm not a child. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. It just got a bit over the top, and that kind of bothered me a bit. But what can you do, really? And the last thing, they were in Metropolis for a bit. It looked a bit too much like New York, and Metropolis is supposed to look like this futuristic city, well, not futuristic, this bright, happy-eyed city that looks super sleek and clean, but like, it looked a lot like some back alleys in New York and Gotham-ish, so that kind of bothered me a bit since they were in Metropolis, but it was okay besides that. Those are really minor complaints, but besides that, let's get into everything I liked. God, this was such a good book. I could list off so many good things about it. First off, art style. Yes, I already listed that off, but just to go over that again, it's so hard to find a good art style, honestly. What else? The story was very good, wasn't too complicated. It's about these 2 kids trying to prove themselves that Robin's just as good as his dad, Batman, and Jonathan, the voice of reason, saying, look, we're getting in over our heads, we gotta call our parents. Another great thing, the character dynamic. That is very hard to do in a book. Like, I have learnt from experience. You can't just stick characters in a book. You can't just have all the characters feeling the same. You can't just have all these characters screaming at each other because they all have the same opinion. No, you have to have different personalities. And the thing about personalities, they need to balance each other like yin and yang. Jonathan Kent's this bright-eyed, happy kid who believes in hope and you can always be saved. And Robin, he's this dark kid who, since he was raised by the League of Assassins, he doesn't have that childhood that he always wanted. He's been almost crime fighting his entire life. He's 13, and seriously, he's already in tights. Jonathan Kent is just got a jacket and a cape and superpowers. But Robin, he taught Jonathan Kent's class, his school class, which was funny as well. But yeah, see, that's the thing, like, since those two characters are almost opposites, they balance the comic out to make it feel more real and lifelike, and these kids are fighting each other like kids do when they're tired and angry. Like, it's a good book. Like, it feels real for starters. It goes over the concept that you're not always invulnerable. There's always problems. There's a cause and effect. This is a good book. The only thing that I'd have to say, besides the 3 bad things I'd have to say, the book got a bit confusing at one point. It wasn't too confusing, it just got a little bit, it's probably just me because I read it really quickly. I'm going to reread it, because it was a very good book. The kid Amazo made his family into robots, put them in stationary pods so it made them look real and feel real, and they killed them over and over and over again. And those were only the robot bodies, but then the real bodies were alive, but you didn't know which was which since they were so real. So it got a bit confusing, but besides that, it was good. Okay, that's it for the first episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks.